If there's one thing that's certain, it's the fact that the international break is one of the worst things that can happen to football. This has been, what, the fourth or the fifth international break, and it's only November. I know the World Cup's next year, but for God's sake, do we need to have this many international breaks? It's just so jarring, and especially as an Arsenal fan, things could not be worse. It's been horrible, especially with what's happened to Gabriel Magalhaes. Yes, I get it, you want to play for your international team, so many players want to play for their country, it makes sense, but in a game that's a friendly with so many international games coming up, especially with November being and December being a very harsh period for Arsenal, especially in their history, this is a period where Arsenal don't really do all that great. It's important that we have as many of our players as we have to be fit. And with Gabriel Magalhaes, for him to be injured with a thigh injury, he could possibly be out for a month or two. And to be fair, I think we're not going to see him until possibly next year. And it's a shame because we have so many games coming up. We have to play Tottenham, Chelsea, Bayern Munich. Not in that particular order, but we're going to be playing against those teams consecutively. And to miss Gabriel Magalhaes, it's a big blow. But do I say Arsenal have an excuse not to win the title? No. We have a bench, we have a squad, we have other players that can fill in for Gabriel Magalhaes. However, it doesn't mean there won't be issues moving forward, especially with what Gabriel provides defensively and what he provides offensively. Essentially, our set piece weapon is gone. Gabriel Magalhaes has scored so many goals from corner kicks, and his headers have been absolutely a revelation for Arsenal and have helped us out so much, especially since in open play Arsenal haven't been that great this season. We've always relied on our set pieces, and Gabriel Magalhaes has always been the guy to get the header and score goals when we absolutely need them to, especially this season when he scored against Newcastle. That winner that he was able to get for us was so important, and we have to ask ourselves, will the other players step up? And don't get me wrong, we have so many defenders, right? Even with Calafiori, and yes, for Italy that was another injury scare, but I think that he'll be able to be playing very soon. He might not play against Tottenham, or he might do, but he will be back sooner than we think. But he can play centre back, and also most importantly we have Hincapié. And I think for this time from now till when Gabriel gets fit, this is going to be a very crucial period for Hincapié. We're going to see whether or not the loan signing that we bought in is worth the money that he's bought in for. Essentially, we know that Arsenal are going to pay around 40 million euros next season for him plus, so we're going to see whether we spent the money quite well. And to be honest with you, he can play left back, he can play centre back. I've done a whole video on him, but will he be able to cover for Gabriel? Will he be able to be part of the structure that Mikel Arteta wants to do? Now don't get me wrong, Hincapié is an invincible. He's done so much in Germany, especially for Bayer Leverkusen. However, Arsenal, with his type of player that he is, he likes to play with freedom, he's brave, he's a proper South American player, but will he have that discipline to play in that defensive structure that Arsenal need from him? And will he be able to score from the corner kicks and from the set pieces as well as Gabriel Magalhaes? I'm not sure if he'll be able to do that. I am hopeful alongside Saliba, over time he'll be able to develop a decent partnership, a good understanding, and hopefully provide good defensive solidity at the back. However, offensively, I'm more concerned about that side, because we've lost a big player in our set pieces, and we need to see and hope that the other players around can chip in and finally score more goals from open play. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again and hope for different results. You need to find other ways to score, and that's why I think players like Saka, Eze, Odegaard, hopefully when he comes back, and Gyökeres are going to need to chip in from open play. We need to get more goals from open play now, because with Gabriel Magalhaes not being there as the trump card in case things don't come from open play, these guys need to do it. Our attacking players need to do much more. And don't get me wrong, I know Madueke is coming back, we got possibly Havertz also coming back, and even with Gyökeres there's a doubt on whether he'll be playing against Tottenham Hotspur. But the main thing is, especially for Arsenal, is that we need players to score from open play, because while defensively I'm not too worried, I believe we have enough defensively to get us through this period. Offensively I am a bit worried because our open play stats just haven't been that great, especially with open play goals. So that's something that we really need to think about. Am I convinced that Arsenal can get through this period perfectly? I don't think we'll win every single game, but I think we just need to win enough games to remain competitive competitive, stay at the top of the table, and also get us through the Champions League, because ultimately that's what we need to do. And with the run of games that we have, it's going to be tough, but injuries was always a necessity. And yes, the international break sucks. I mean, I've seen Timber on the end of a really bad tackle and this guy's still walking. So will he even be playing against Tottenham Hotspur? Will we need to rely on guys like Ben White to come back and finally get his form back? Because we've been waiting for him to come back for so long, but every time he's played, he just hasn't been on it this season. I gotta be honest with Ben White. But yeah, that's what my thoughts are on this entire situation. It's sad that Gabriel Magalhaes is injured. He's probably out, for my opinion, until next year. But look, this happens in football. Injuries occur, and it's better things happen now than later. And it's better to be prepared. And I think now Arsenal are more prepared than ever in the previous seasons. And with the players that we have, we can get through this period. We can switch things around. We can find a way to get through it. But yeah, that's it for me. Gabriel Magalhaes, I hope you come back as soon as possible. Hopefully it's sooner than what people think. If you can come back before the end of the year, fantastic. If not, it is what it is. Hincapié, it's time for him to shine. Anyhow, please like and subscribe, and hope to see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.